open to the market. We want to land the new jobs in the security field, and that's pretty much all about, okay, what exactly can be done in the information security realm to get the job that you wanted, right? Second, and we will talk about some association and certification that is going to help you to land the job that you want, right? First, again, you select what exactly you want to do, then move on to what exactly is going to help you to do that and do it better, right? Moving right on, we'll talk about a brief intro for these three certifications. I mean, there are a lot more out there, but again, we want to focus on these three, and that's what the plan for the college to do, conduct the courses on those three certifications. And in these three certifications, we'll talk about, okay, what exactly is covered in CISSP. Are there any application security covered in there? Is there physical security covered in there? Is there any other security for audit? So we'll talk about that in the third PowerPoint. The fourth PowerPoint, definitely everybody's going to be waiting for, and I'll leave it at the end so nobody will leave the class, because I tend to bore people a lot. So I'll try to keep it in the last, so that way we can more talk about why exactly you're here, what exactly is going to help you to get to where you want to go. And the last two sessions are pretty much dedicated to your interest. Any questions about it? If I know, I'll definitely let you know what exactly is the answer. If I don't know, I'm probably going to direct you to a place where you can find the answer. So things along those lines, right? So, okay, so moving right along. Again, information security. We all know information security is growing. It's growing in quite a rapid pace, right? When Y2K happened, when you're moving to 2000, then there's a lot of big boom about, okay, we want to make sure our systems are upgraded, they're all patched, and they didn't talk about security, right? And then after that, certain events happen, and they want to make sure that they want to make sure the information, companies are more concentrating on information, having the information, that's about it. They just want to keep the information. Now companies are more into, okay, you have the information, but is that information is secured? And again, that's where the privacy comes into place too, where if the information is secured, then the privacy piece of it, okay, who exactly is securing the information, right? And if that information is secured with some certain individuals, certain companies, then what can be done? And what exactly are the loopholes that information can fall into and goes into the harm's way, right? That's more about the privacy piece. And again, with information security, here I mentioned about protecting the information system, and it's all about protecting the information from unauthorized users, right? I mean, information is there to use, but again, who is using it, right? The whole purpose is who exactly is accessing the information, and what's the purpose of accessing the information? Is it for the business use? Is it for the client use? Or is it for something more of a public side? Because I mean, in all the companies, I definitely have worked on, they have a public site and they have a private site, which is like an intranet. So the public-facing site, this information is really available for everybody. But for the private, which is the intranet, they want to make sure that, and if you go VPN into, or try not to use the terminology so we can make it more generalized session. So if you want to go into your intranet from your home using VPN connection, which is virtual private network, you want to make sure that you are not breaching any security, or you're not opening any holes for other intruders to go in to capture the information, because you want to make sure your network is secure. You want to make sure that the information that you're accessing is only accessing by yourself, not any unauthorized users. Right? And again, here I mentioned about information security, computer security, information assurance. So I would like, I know anybody in the class just want to take a stab at, okay, what exactly is computer security? I mean, if I say computer security, what exactly comes to your mind? Because I like to have an interactive session, so that way, I don't get to sleep or you don't get to sleep. So we'll have more of an interactive session. So for computer security, what exactly comes into your mind? Anybody in the class? If I say computer security, what comes to your mind?
Viruses and
okay. So gentleman mentioned here viruses. Okay, anybody else?
Hacking.
I'm sorry?
Hacking.
Okay. Okay, anybody else?
Affect the company system from hack.
See, yeah, whenever we talked about, I mean, everybody's pretty much on the same page, but there are there are some certain gray areas, right? I mean, one can explain one thing differently, but again, end of the day, the meaning is the same. So information security, computer security, and information assurance. So for computer security, it's more of a host, right? So we're talking about, again, I mentioned here for the viruses, right? A virus can be, the virus could be a Trojan, right? Which can spread. Could be a virus that replicates itself. So depends, it's going to be replicating in the network, or it's going to be it all start from a host, right? It's going to be start from the host machine, and that host machine will be sitting in your environment, in your office environment, will be sitting in your home, right? You're accessing your work from your home. Your host is infected, and which caused your office environment to get infected too. So computer security, which is a bang on, meaning like okay, it's all about the host. It's more sort of individualized, right? You're talking about host, you're talking about media, again, a computer, right? And when we talk about information security, what exactly comes to your mind? I would like to have some participation from the side over there. Information security, anything comes to your mind?
Secure injection.
I'm sorry?
Secure injection.
Secure.
Injection. Information security is quite wide, so I just talking about all the information.
Yeah.
So there's one
Which
part
means
is
like a
secure
data,
injection.
right?
Yeah, data.
Data
Secure
information.
injection, yeah.
Yeah. And that information could be, could be sitting anywhere, right?
Yes.
Could be on your file servers, could be your SAN NAS, or could be on your
Yeah.
local laptop, right?
Yeah.
And anybody else from here, information security, what comes to your mind?
The data is transferred, there's a chance of being altered.
Yeah. So whenever, was mentioned, whenever the data is transferred from one location to another, from point A to point B, there are chances that some intruder will hack in between, which is like, we all know man-in-the-middle attack. That's the attack where a person is going to be intercepting the data between 2 points, point A and point B. So that's what it is. Information security, again, is quite wide. And I just want to make sure that once you walk out of this session, you have a clear understanding of what information security is, so you can direct yourself to the right direction, right? Maybe you want to be more focusing on the computer security, right? Maybe you don't want to be having information security. Maybe you want to more on, more information assurance, which is another sort of a wing of information security. But again, it can be different differently. So information assurance, who want to take a stab at that?